Let's make some bookmarks, shall we? I have been really needing a bookmark lately. I've just been using the receipt from the bookstore in my book, so I'm gonna make some. And I figured why not make a couple I can give away as gifts and also make one for myself. By the way, I'm Becca with the Happy Ever Crafter. If you're new here, I dabble and teach and make crafty and artsy things. So if that's your vibe, hit the follow button. I put out a new video every single week. Let's just get into it. I'm just using a pencil and a ruler first to mark out kind of the size that I want them to be. I am just gonna freehand this. If you know me, you know I'm not particular really. So you know what? Let's make it easy. I'm gonna make my border the width of my ruler for the top. And then maybe my bookmark will be, you know what? Let's do 2 inches. Then I'll go a ruler width in between. That can be my buffer zone. Put an X in it so I know that. There we go. We're gonna say they've gotta be about that long, right? It's about the length of a book. That's my bookmark, that's my bookmark. This part. Okay, I am going to use gouache. And this might be a little bit aggressive because I've never actually used this set before. This is a new set I got from Arteza. I have never touched it. And we're just gonna act like we know what we're doing and work with this gouache because I was inspired by this picture of wallpaper that I was looking at for my daughter's room. I love this wallpaper. I think it's so cute. And I just thought, why not paint that onto a bookmark? So I am going to just kind of wing it. And what I want to be able to do is have like the stripes in the background and then paint over top of them. And watercolor is too transparent for that. So I'm hoping gouache will work a little better. I'm gonna basically just use some water, some gouache, and I've got this like square shaped brush to do the lines. So I'm gonna start with that. Okay, so for the background, I don't want it to be too thick because I'm going to put something on top of it. And so I'm gonna put some of this gouache color into my palette and I'm gonna add water to it. Not to be like a watercolor consistency, but just to be a little less thick than it comes right in the gouache tub. Brush is nice and saturated. And I'm gonna just kind of see what happens if I start painting some stripes. And yes, I'm freehanding these stripes. So let's see. Do the first one right against the edge of the bookmark. And the nice part is that's not totally straight, but I can cut it later. Like when I cut the bookmark, I'll be able to cut it straight. Not that I think it really matters, to be honest. I think having them a little bit wobbly is actually really cute and it makes it look handmade, but okay. Yeah, I'm gonna add some white again before I do my second one because I want it to be significantly lighter. It ended up being darker on the page than I meant for it to be. So I'm adding a bunch of white here. Yeah, that's a better color. The first one will still be cute. Okay, those are now done and the first 2 are dry-ish. So I feel pretty comfortable starting to do the florals on top. So I'm gonna grab like a little tiny brush and I'm gonna just paint in the little flowers that are on that picture. So I'll pop that up on screen again so you can see, but I'm basically just gonna copy what I see on there. I'm gonna do the leaves, or the stems and the leaves. Really trying not to overthink this. I just wanna do it. I am not used to painting with gouache, so trying to figure out how much water to put on my brush, or how little water, I guess, to put on my brush is tricky. I'm probably not putting quite enough, but then I don't want to make it too wet and have it be runny. I don't know. Anyway, okay, while I have this loaded on my brush, I'm going to do that a few more times. But I really like the way the darker version of this color is showing up. All right, wash off my brush. Start filling in some of these other colors. I'm just going to basically use what is included in this gouache palette. So this is what the yellow is going to look like. Okay, there's the yellow. Now I'm going to put in some cute little pink ones. Okay, there we go. That's going to be bookmark number 1. I'm going to cut it. I think we'll leave it there for that one. So I'm going to jump in and do these 3. I'll probably just put on some nice music and hop in. All right, there we go. These are mostly dry. I say mostly because if you're doing as I say, not as I do, you would wait for them to be completely dry. But I am impatient and I also don't want you to be here all day. So I'm going to grab my cutter and we're going to cut these out. See how they turn out. Cute. There's the first one. Okay, there we go. 4 bookmarks. I've got one more little thing I wanted, well, 2 more little things I want to do to them. First, I want to round at least the top corners. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I think all of them. So this is a little corner rounding tool. Oh, that one didn't work very well. You can also get like actual, you know, corner punchers and like bookmark shaped punchers and stuff, but I do not have those. So I'm gonna make do with this, and that just makes it look so much more finished. Okay, my corners are rounded, and now I need to punch a hole in them and put a little string on. I just don't know if I have a hole puncher or string. Okay, I found both. I have this twine and I have a hole punch. So I'm going to find approximately the center, toss a hole in them. Okay, now I'll cut some string. I'm not doing anything fancy here, just a little extra touch, looping it through. I wish I had like some kind of tassel or something, but this will do as a tassel, kind of. And the person who receives it can also remove it if they don't want the hassle of the tassel. Wow, this is not as easy to tie as I was hoping. Cute. Now I'll cut these a little bit like that. And there we have it. Okay, let me do the rest of these. You know what? I'll just do one. I'm not going to make you sit here while I do all of these. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put the string on the other 2, but look how cute these turned out. Honestly, with pretty little painting skill and just a couple colors that were already pre-made in a set. So it doesn't have to be complicated. I really think this is adorable. I'm also going to write a little note on the back to my friend that I'm going to gift one of these to. I will be seeing her in about an hour, so I'm going to finish that off now. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to see it if you create it, so tag me at The Happy Ever Crafter. And if you like this kind of video, hit subscribe because I put one out every single week. I'm going to link you to another one I think you're going to like, and I'll see you over there.